Aussie Beach TV is proudly sponsored by Secura Health.
Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV. The hottest girls you will ever see.
What do you love about Queensland?
It's hotter than Manchester. I like the Queensland Reds, and there's a couple of beaches which I wasn't expecting, so it's all right, yeah.
The sun, I enjoy the temperature, and I enjoy the people.
Majorly, I know that today is not the best one, but usually the weather is great.
The reason I live here is the climate, and the lifestyle is fantastic.
The laid-back sort of atmosphere.
So what is something that Queensland is famous for?
Well, when I first came into Queensland, it was the big pineapple.
Yeah.
Although I heard that now it's closing, but I still love the big pineapple.
That's it.
And Bandi Ram.
Yep.
Come on, that's Queensland, eh? Bring it on.
So Queensland's current leader, or current premier, is Campbell Newman.
Yeah.
What do you think of the job he's doing?
I come from Italy,
Yeah.
so we all got the problem with our government there. So I cannot really compare. So if I should compare, he's doing a good job,
Their policies are driven by ideology and not what's best for the city. I think they can be two different things, and in this case they're two different things. I don't think he's doing a good job at all. I don't think, he's got supporters that are also because of the ideology, but in terms of improvement and developing this city, I don't think he's doing a good job.
So he's got a controversial new anti-biking law.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Well, I'm not keen on criminal activities, and whether it's done by bikies, whether it's done by criminals, none of it's good. But I used to ride motorcycles years ago and was a member of the Motorcycle Riders Association, but never was a member of any gangs or anything. I just don't have time for gangs or criminal activity, but bike riding is fine.
There's a problem with bikie gangs. I was just reading this morning, a lot of them have earned a lot of money from selling drugs to teenagers, criminal activity, and I think there's a problem there, and a lot of people would acknowledge that. How you go about dealing with that problem is another thing, because we need to ensure that people's human rights, fundamental human rights, are supported, and it doesn't matter who they are. So it's for everyone. So he has to address it in a way that's upholding their fundamental human rights.
Yeah.
The bike is actually very friendly up north.
That's it.
During Christmas there were bikies dressed up as Santas,
Yeah.
delivering toys to the people who were less fortunate and living in the inland.
Yeah.
And I don't classify him as a criminal. Well, I mean,
that's
he's just normal, yeah. So I think we should be a bit more tolerant, yeah, about the bikies, yeah.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, just me having a beard, full stop. People think, that's a bikie. I'm not a bikie, just an honest citizen.
It's just stereotyping
Also,
now.
yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
What do you think of people that are stereotyped by the government for looking like a bikie?
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. If you're going to prosecute bikie gangs because they're bikie gangs, not because they're criminal, then you're in trouble, because you can't do that. You have to prosecute people for their criminal activity, not because of what they wear or even who they associate with. I want to be free to associate with people who have been violent offenders in the past if they're reformed now. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. I want to be able to associate with whoever I want to associate with, and no one can tell me that I can't.
So do you think average, everyday citizens could get mixed up with that stereotype, with police?
Yeah, I definitely think that. It's ridiculous. Like, it's ludicrous that people can stereotype people like that. It's almost racism, really.
So what does freedom mean to you?
Sort of voicing your own views, being able to do what you want, really. If you want to dress in a certain way, if you want to have tattoos, then go do it.
I'd say freedom for me is exploring, seeing the world, being able to see places like this and doing what you want.
To me, freedom personally is have the free to express myself and to be who I am, and also to be, but also to be respectful of other people's freedom. As long as it does not affect or hurts someone else's feelings, or lifestyle, that's fine.
Freedom is about, our human rights. It's basic to me. We've got, a lot of work's been done since the 1940s on universal human rights, and I, subscribe to that. I thought everyone in the Western world subscribes to that.
Feel free here in Queensland?
With the new state government and the new federal government, I actually don't feel as free. I think our freedoms are being quite quickly eroded, in a relatively short time, and that's really scary to me. So I'm certainly less free than what I was, not very, just, a year or so ago.
If you had a message to the Queensland government, what would it be?
I think a little bit about the people and the impact of policies on people. I think all governments should do that, and the government should be focused on really thinking about what is good for the people.
First, it will be regarding jobs. Please help us to find, to open up more opportunities for Queenslanders, especially the new generations. And the second one, to be a bit more tolerant on the law they're going to promote in the future.
No short-term government should be able to erode our human rights. It's bigger than any government. That's something that's universal, and it's been recognised as beyond governments, and they should not be messing with our human rights.
You're watching me on Aussie Beach TV.
You're watching me on Aussie Beach TV.
I'm watching you on Aussie Beach TV.
You're watching me on Aussie Beach TV.
The hottest girls you will ever see. Aussie Beach TV. You watching Aussie Beach TV.
You got them Maroons.